The excitement of robbing high-end stores became addicted to Larry, and within 7 years, he had stolen over $15 million in jewelry. For legendsoffaith.org, I'm Rob Cutter. Larry got his start as a small-time thug in his neighborhood after watching his dad making easy money betting on sports. When Larry was in his early 20s, he was already on the pathway of crime. As a small-time bookie on the streets of New York, he was addicted to the excitement and the lure of becoming a prime-time gambler. It wasn't long before the mob took interest in young Larry, and vice versa. He would use his new resources and contacts within the Gambino crime family. Being associated with that group, he developed a taste for the high life by robbing jewelry stores. In just 7 short years, he was able to nab over $15 million in stolen jewelry. With all those robberies and the money coming in, Larry became famous with the FBI. And his notoriety put him on the nation's most wanted list. A small blunder ended Larry's run from the FBI. An observant store owner called in a car that looked suspicious. When the license plates were run, they found that Larry's name was associated with that car's rental agreement. That huge mistake netted Larry free room and board at a federal penitentiary. Larry then realized it was time to face reality as he was being escorted into prison. For the very first time, Larry was scared to the core, knowing that he was sharing his living quarters with hardened criminals. He thought it couldn't get much worse than this. Well, he was wrong. Eventually, he ended up in solitary confinement for a year. It was a tough time for Larry during that time, and he thought he was going to lose his mind. Then one day, while he was pacing back and forth in his small living quarters, he heard a voice from an inmate next door, talking to him through the air vent. They chatted for a while, and then his new friend told him he was checking out. The next morning, Larry watched with sadness as his friend was wheeled out on a gurney. At that moment in time, Larry knew he had to change his life. Helpless and asking the big question, why? He then heard a voice within telling him, I have plans for you. He knew it was the Lord talking to him. Larry Lawton dedicated his life to Christ after prison. He started a program called Reality Check, an organization for at-risk teens giving tough talks about the realities of crime. His Reality Check program has become one of the most successful teenage programs in America. Larry's proudest moment was when he became the first ex-con in American history to be made an honorary policeman with the St. Louis Police Department. The story of Larry Lawton is an amazing story that proves that no one is beyond redemption. For more stories like this and for ways to donate, visit us at legendsoffaith.org.